Hey, Sean.
Hey, Morgan. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good. Let's chat about HAH Parking. How's that sound?
It's one of my favorite topics.
So, what is HAH Parking, and how is it different from traditional parking operators?
HAH Parking is a end-to-end kind of parking management system where we've solved for every kind of facet of parking management, from the enforcement piece to how much are we charging for parking passes, to the actual transaction processing itself. So we solve all three of those pieces and deliver it as a singular platform to end users, which are parking lot owners, the landowners themselves. It also works for parking management companies and can be white labeled as just a holistic solution. We also market and primarily market towards the owners of the parking lot. And the reason for that is because it's just an easy plug and play solution that fits in and makes those owners more money. They don't need the traditional parking management solution of, a company that has 100 employees with feet on the ground for enforcement, gates and kiosks and all this hardware that costs money and infrastructure.
So essentially replacing the legacy systems out there.
That's right, yeah, with a technology-based solution that works for them and optimizes revenue.
So what problem would you say HAH solves for the lot owners directly?
The biggest problem it solves for is just the legacy kind of antiquated way that parking management has been conducted in the past as a cash-based system and a mechanism where prices are static and you keep prices the same throughout the day and throughout the week. And the idea of parking in general is that you have a fixed fixed volume of spaces, right? You only have so many spaces in your parking lot, and that can't ever change. So rather than being able to adjust the parking pricing to the changing market, you can't buy more parking spaces. So you really need to be increasing your prices as your lot fills up. And to do that, you need technology to be able to adjust those in real time. And that's what we do.
Yep. Yeah, we provide that to the lot owners to where they can adjust it themselves. We can also implement our own dynamic pricing schedule, those sort of things that do it automatically without them having to touch the system.
Yeah, and we offer a white glove approach where we kind of sit down with the owners and say, hey, this is all of the lessons we've learned, and these are best practices that we've seen. Let's put a plan together to kind of maximize revenue over time, and we'll continually readdress and reassess the situation and the market, and make sure that you're squeezing the most out of your asset.
Yeah, and since we're on a revenue share model, we're incentivized to make sure that they win. Because
100%.
When they win, we win.
And that's how we wanted it set up. That's an intentional design of our company.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about the XPRK platform. What are the three different modules that we have, and how do they each benefit the parking lot owner?
Yeah, so it's like you said, there's three primary facets. It's the X control, which is the dashboard that the parking lot owner or parking management system or parking management company can view, that kind of gives them an overview of the lot or lots that they have on our platform. And they can see performance, high-level KPIs, like how many transactions are processed, how much revenue per transaction, inflows and outflows of vehicles throughout the day or throughout the week, and just kind of high-level kind of metrics like that. That's also where they can set prices, set the availability of the lot, VIP vehicles where basically anybody can park there, those vehicles can park there anytime. And they can access all the features of our system. The next one is the XPay system, which is our point of sale application. And that's where if you pull into the lot and go to pay, that's where you interact. Essentially, it just processes your transaction. And there's a lot of features we built into that, such as 15 minutes before your pass expires, we send you a text message reminding you and saying you can extend your pass. Again, this is kind of going back to historically, you'd have to run back to the meter and put more coins in.
Yeah.
We're proactive about it because we don't want you to get towed. So we say, hey, your pass is about to expire. If you want more time, just tap this link and you can extend and add more time. The last piece is X-Force, which is an iOS application. We provide that to the parking lot owner or the parking management company to essentially enable enforcement, right? So this checks against our system to see if parking passes exist. And if they don't, you can take several steps to create an enforcement. Either you can tow or put a boot on the car, create a ticket, have a ticket sent off for collections or whatever. And that is powered by an LPR, which is a license plate recognition system that basically uses the camera from your phone to detect the license plate, read it, and check and see if there's a pass in our system.
Yeah. So the software suite as a whole it's taking payments, real-time data occupancy, and enforcement and providing it in one solution that is easy for the owner to access and digest. And then with our white glove approach, we make it easy for them to understand it and make changes on the fly as needed.
Exactly. And we work with them to make sure that it's optimized. Exactly.
Yeah. So what kind of results do our partners actually see once they switch over to HAH Parking?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the state of the parking lot before they put it on our platform. You can't give like one number that will answer all of that, but a typical result that we can see is 30% improvement over a lot that is existing and monetized. If the lot isn't monetized previously, obviously we're coming from zero.
Lots of upside.
There's a lot of upside there. And then ones that are especially underutilized or under-optimized, we can see and have seen performance of 100 to 200% more revenue. Improving the lot a little bit through our HAH Advantage program, where we go in and add lighting and paving and striping, and then increasing prices based off of that as it being a more attractive lot. And then on top of that, layering, dynamic pricing when price increases, and looking at the market and saying, hey, this lot gets very busy on Fridays. We should be charging more on Fridays throughout the day. And then again, layering dynamic pricing on top of that. That's where we take multiple kind of attack vectors and increase the revenue across the board.
Yeah.
And that's where we see our biggest, upside.
Yeah.